join me at Lexus Birmingham today, friends. This is an awesome opportunity. Again, we're going to go inside now and actually have a look around at one of the RC cars. Quick little side note, there's actually a Lamborghini dealer over there as well. Beautiful. Welcome to Lexus Birmingham. We are currently in the handover room. I've never been in one of these before, and it's actually pretty awesome. Anyway, I get to do a cool little thing. So on the wall, as you see, there's nothing there. Press the button. It's gonna flicker a little bit because the lighting. But look, we have an RC. Hey, here we are, sharing a room with a Lexus RC, which is pretty much almost the same as an RCA, which is basically my current dream car. I cannot thank Lexus Birmingham enough for this opportunity. It looks so awesome, doesn't it? Beautiful. Now this is actually an F-Sport model, so it's very similar to what an RCF would look like, but this is obviously just more so the styling of a 300H. So this is the hybrid version. They also have a 200T, which is a 2-litre turbo version. This is a 2.5-litre with a hybrid engine as well. So you can get those two options, or you can get an LCF. In the US, I believe there's a 350 F Sport that you can get, which is awesome. That thing has a V6. But this thing, as I said, is the hybrid version. And well, that's the one we're gonna have a look at today. Obviously, you have to show you the exterior styling just on its own because it is a beautiful car. Like honestly, I've only just very recently started to like these cars quite a lot. And I think it's mainly because the main reason is, obviously you could get a BMW, you could get an Audi, but you have, like in the UK, there aren't a lot of these that you see. And if you do see them, they just look beautiful. If I had to get one of like the normal specs ones, obviously I'd get the F Sport because look, the vents and stuff. I like holes in my car. This is quite a nicely spec'd one as well, so the white looks awesome in my opinion. And what looks even better is the red leather. Yeah, there's red leather in here, so let's unlock the car. Wing mirrors folding out. You know it's a newer car when it does that, but let's open it. As you can see inside, we've got like the red leather, which actually, it looks a bit more red on camera, honestly. Probably due to the lighting, but it's more of like a darker red, which actually looks really, really nice. Not that the red on the camera doesn't look as nice, but still, it's a different color red. Close the door, and now what I'm actually gonna do is I am actually going to adjust my seat because I need to, because I'm very tall. There we go. I've got loads of room now. I've got a big hairdo, as you can see, and no, my head doesn't. You remember my BMW? It did, even if I had short hair. Now this car is another one of those keyless ones, so basically you're just in the car and you press the power button, the wheel moves, and the car turns on. The radio's on. Let's turn that off. Now to start the actual engine, we have to use the brake pedal and stuff, but I don't really need to do that right now. What I want to do is play around with this. Now, a lot of people actually, I've seen, are not a massive fan of the Lexus kind of entertainment system that's here, and obviously the GPS and that kind of thing. So I'm actually going to give it a go and see how to actually make it work, because obviously if I can make it work, then I think anyone can. There you go, easy. So it's basically a little touchpad here, and it does actually have haptic feedback. So when I'm moving it, you might be able to hear it's actually got something in there moving. Tells you everything you need to know. Go into the car. There you go. If it's a hybrid, there's all your information on it. Yeah, I could spend all day just doing this. I don't mind. I'm going to source. Might connect my phone. No. I don't have Bluetooth in my car. I actually use like an FM transmitter that's Bluetooth. So I mean, I kind of do, but this also has obviously an aux connection in there. You can't really see it properly. There you go. Well done, camera. Your lighting is great. Can confirm, Run the Jewels 3 sounds amazing in a Lexus. Anyway, so I actually feel very comfortable in this car. A lot of new cars obviously have, I'd say they're bigger, they are definitely bigger, but inside they do feel a little bit smaller in my view. A lot of cars do. And the reason is obviously they put much more like protection in the sides, they put a lot more equipment in the cars. Like this thing has heated seats and cooled seats. Cooled seats, I've never heard of that in my life. Now, as you know, on the channel I've shown quite a few cars that I've owned. An IS200, I've had a 325i, and I currently have an RS4. All of which have been 2005, 2008, 2007, around there. And obviously this is a much newer car. This is a much newer car. And just to see the jump in how it's more friendly to the consumer, it's quite cool. And what I want to do now is actually show you if I can fit in the back. Now this is just something I always do, and I think I'm always going to do on tests with cars like this. I'm quite tall, I'm 6'3", and I usually have quite tall hair. So what I'm gonna do is try and sit in the back of this Lexus, because sitting in the back of cars usually, for me, is a little bit of a struggle. I've seen how this works before, it's actually pretty cool. So you bring up this, fold it forward, and then it moves forward itself electronically. So when you put it back down, it'll actually automatically go back to how the driver wanted it. That's how much room you get to get in. All right, let's get in. So I'm now in, and again, remember that seat is now adjusted to me at the front, which is 6'3" and very long, lanky person. So let's bring this down, and this is actually gonna now adjust and see my knees. How much room do I have? It's pushing back still. It's pushing back still. There we go. So that's where I was sat in the car. So I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, I wouldn't try and sit in this for a lengthy journey if you were 6'3", basically. But if you were smaller, I think it'd be fine. Maybe even like 6 foot, you'd have no problem. My head does kind of like touch the roof a little bit. If I did slouch a bit more, put my legs like further outside, then I've got plenty of room. If you look here, my leg is now like there. So again, it would have to be like one person or a very tiny person there. I'd highly recommend this just for kids or teenagers, basically the same thing. As said, put the seat back down, and it will go back to the position it was in. That's a good thing. That's so useful. My BMW actually did the thing where you could move the seat forward, but obviously it didn't go back to the original position. So that then meant, as the driver, readjusting my seat every 20 minutes just to try and get it right for the rest of my bloody life, pretty much. 20 minutes for the rest of my life. That's basically, so because of that, you now save adjusting your seat. It's a good thing. It means less crashes. Now I know there's people that will shout at me if I don't do this, so here we go. I'm going to open the boot and I'm going to show you. I've heard a lot of people say the boot is small. Now I've had a 325i and I thought the boot was massive in that thing. It's pretty big if you've seen one. Let's have a look at this boot. Personally, I would say that's a pretty big boot. I don't know about you, but I could even fit in that. Do we test it? Should we test? I don't know. Should I test? I'm going to test. As you can see, a 6'3" male can fit in the back of the boot with lots of room to spare. So it's pretty big. And if that isn't enough room for you, my friends, what you can do is put the seats down, which will give you a massive boot. One quick thing, one little cool thing that I only noticed very recently. The Lexus badge. On the Lexus badge, you see there's like a blue ring around some of them. That means it's a hybrid. I didn't know. That's quite clever, Lexus. Now, I guess the reason I really want one of these is because I've always struggled to kind of find as you know, I've gone through quite a few cars, and I've always kind of had things I don't really like about them necessarily, and I've been using them obviously to kind of test. That's the one thing. I'm not using them because I love them and all that. I do, but at the same time, I'm using them because it's a stepping stone almost. Like, again, in this car I'm trying the V8. Last time I tried a German car for the first time. First time was a Lexus. The Lexus I got was because my dad loved Lexus, and I loved my dad's Lexus growing up. So that's the main reason I actually got one. But now I'm coming back to Lexus, apparently, because again, it has the V8. I love the V8 in the Audi RS4, which is kind of why I want a V8 or something very powerful at least. The all-wheel drive, it's useful, but I don't think it's going to be that useful for normal day-to-day driving. And again, if it does matter that much, if it really mattered that much, then I'd just get a conversion. I know it's not that easy, but I mean, you know what I mean. It's not that big a deal. I won't miss it that much. If I want all-wheel drive, I can always get another car that has all-wheel drive, which is more like my practical car that I use on the daily, and this would be my car that I play with, if that makes sense. Like, it's growing on me more and more the more I look at it. Now, call me annoying, but I don't care. I like this because it's not as popular. And even if I made a video and suddenly became popular and everybody had one, I know that's not gonna happen, but say it was the case, I'd still love this because again, I feel as if in the UK, you don't see any Lexuses really at all. You see BMW, Audi, and although that's cool, I want something a little bit different and something I can play with, and this kind of links not only my Japanese love for cars, which this is kind of Japanese, also my American style love for cars, the V8, that kind of thing. It's an American-Japanese car. It's a baby of both, and I love that. You know, I can call it both. But that's my reasons for actually loving this thing, and I've got to say those red seats are nice. See, I want the blue outside colour, blue RCF, but I also kind of want the red leather seats. Would that work? let me know. We'll have a poll if I remember to do it. If not, just tell me in the comments. Massive thanks to Lexus Birmingham for letting me have a look around this car today, and also thank you for letting me steal your handover room for an hour or so. Anyway, I'm really excited. I'm definitely like wanting this more and more. Every time I see something similar to this or something like this, I'm basically following them all on Instagram. As you know, as you do when you get in a car, when you're excited about a car, you follow it on Instagram, or in your recommended feed, everything is that car. So I mean, that's what it is. That's why I'm so excited for it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I adore this car, but again, RCF is looking like it's actually gonna happen, because the more I see this, the more I want one. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.